Assalamualaikum and good day to our lecturer, Mr. Adlan and all my classmates. My name is Adam Hakimi, the group leader for our team consisting of Miza Afika and Wafi Amshar. Today, our topic is transmission, which is an important part of material and hardware system in engineering. Transmission are basically mechanisms that transfer power and motion from one component to another component. So, our presentation is divided into three main sections. First, I will begin by explaining gear types and their application. Then, Ms. Afika will continue with gear ratio, driven and driving gears, other gears and backlash. And finally, Wafi Amshar will finish the presentation by discussing belts, pulley, chains and sprocket. So, each of us will speak for around 5 to 6 minutes and I will also be giving the conclusion at the end. So, let's start with my part. Before I go to the gear types and their application, I will explain three basic terms in a gear. The first one is diametral pitch. This is simply refers to the size of the gear teeth. A higher diametral pitch, it means the teeth are smaller. In aircraft system, these smaller gear teeth help gears run smoothly and accurately. The next one is the pitch diameter. This is an imaginary circle that represents where the teeth of two gears meet. It is important because it determines how well gears fit together and transfer motion. And finally, number of teeth is just how many teeth are on the gear. This affects the gear ratio, which control speeds and torque. In aircraft gearbox, the number of teeth is actually chosen to get the right power output. So, these three terms help engineers design the gears that can transmit power and motion smoothly and reliably in aircraft system. Wait. Before I start with my part, I want to tell you that I have 9 gear types to tell to you. Enjoy! So we start for the first gear, which is the spur gear. Spur gear are the most basic type of gear used in aircraft or any engineering industry. The teeth are straight and parallel to the gear axis. This simply design allow spur gears to transmit power between two parallel shafts with high efficiency. Spur gears are known for their reliability and are commonly used in aircraft engine accessory, such as for fuel pumps, oil pumps, and generator. However, because the teeth engage suddenly, spur gears can be noisy at the high speed. Despite that, they remain popular due to their simplicity and effectiveness in powering aircraft components. So, the second one is helical gear. Helical gear are similar to spur gear, but the teeth are cut at an angle. This angle tooth design allows the gear to engage gradually, resulting in quieter and smoother operation. Helical gears can carry more load compared to spur gear and are better for high-speed application. So, in aviation, helical gear are commonly used in transmission system and engine gearbox to reduce noise and vibration, which is crucial in commercial aircraft for passenger comfort and mechanical efficiency. And the third one is herringbone gear. Herringbone gear are essentially two helical gear placed together with opposite helix angle, forming a V-shaped pattern. This design cancel out the side thrust forces normally produced by helical gear, allowing for very smooth and stable operation. Herringbone gear are ideal for heavy-duty application and are used in large aircraft. So, the fourth one is the internal gear. Internal gear have their teeth cut on the inside of a cylinder and work together with external gear. This arrangement allows for a compact and lightweight gear system, which is important in aircraft design to reduce overall weight. Internal gear are commonly found in a planetary gear system used in jet engine. So the next one is bevel gear. Bevel gear are cone-shaped gear used to transmit motion between intersecting shafts, usually at a 90-degree angle. And the next one is spiral bevel gear. Spiral bevel gear are an advanced version of bevel gear with curved teeth for smoother operation. The curved tooth design reduces noise and improves efficiency. In aviation, spiral bevel gear are used in helicopter main rotor transmission and engine accessory gearbox, where smooth and reliable power transfer is critical at high rotational speed. So, the seventh gear is worm gear. Worm gear consists of a screw-shaped worm meshing with a gear wheel. This setup provides a large reduction in speed while increasing torque. One important feature is self-locking ability, meaning the worm can turn the wheel, but the wheel cannot turn the worm. In aircraft, worm gear are commonly used in flight and landing gear actuation system. So the next one is rack and pinion. Rack and pinion is a gear system that converts rotary motion into a linear motion. The pinion gear rotates and moves the rack in a straight line. In aviation, this system uses nose wheel, steering mechanism, and flap extension system because it allows precise linear movement, which is essential for accurate control of aircraft surface during landing and takeoff. And finally, the last one is high port gear. High port gear are similar to spiral bevel gear but with the shaft offset instead of intersecting. This offset allows for smoother operation and greater torque handling. So in aircraft, high port gear are used in auxiliary power unit, gearbox and helicopter test rotor drive, where quiet operation and high load capacity are necessary. That concludes my part on gear types and their application. We have seen how each gear plays a key role in power transmission depending the design needs and operating condition. Now, I will pass the presentation to Ms. Afika.
Thank you, Adam Hakimi. Next, I will be presenting about gear ratio, driving and driver gear, idler gears, and backlash. Gear ratio is a measure that describes the relationship between two gears that engage with each other in a gear system. It determines the rotation of two gears in a gear system. To know the gears ratio, we need to compare the number of teeth on the driving gear to the number of teeth on the driven gear. So, what is driving gears and driven gears? Driving gear is a gear that transmits rotational motion to other gears, while driven gear receives power from driving gear. To calculate the gear ratio, we need to divide number of driven gear with number of driven gear is a gear that are placed in the middle of driver gear and a driven gear. It changes the direction of the rotational motion of driving gear shaft without affecting the speed ratio. It also fills in the gap between the two of them without affecting or changing the speed or torque ratio. Backlash is a necessary distance between mashing teeth in a gear system to prevent binding. Binding can result in heat generation, noise, abnormal wear, overload, or failure of the drive. Backlash allows manufacturing tolerance, lubrication, and thermal expansion, which prevent jamming and reduces wear. As you can see on the picture, you can see the difference between the backlash and the gear that has no distance between them. Next, I will give representation to Wafiq Amsyah.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Wafiq Amsyah. For the next slide, I'll be talking about two common mechanical transmission system used in aircraft, which is chains and sprockets and belt and pulleys. Both systems are used to transfer motion and power from the one part of the aircraft to another. They play an important role is ensuring that different components like a landing gear or alternator can move or operate even though they are not directly connected. Okay, let's start with the chains and sprocket system. This system is used in aircraft for precise and powerful motion transmission, especially when no slip is allowed. It works by engaging chains linked like sprocket teeth so that the motion and power are transferred accurately. In simple terms, it's like how a bicycle chains turns the wheels, but in aircraft, it uses a critical component such as flap, actuation system, landing gear retraction, and control linkage. Because this part require accurate movement, the chain system is very reliable. For next, let's look at the chains and sprocket features and application. Chains and sprockets are used to transmit medium to high power efficiently. Since the chain fits tightly with the sprocket teeth, it does not slip, which means the speeds remain constant. However, they are heavier and noisier than belts and need a regular lubrication to reduce friction and wear. Even though maintenance is higher, this system is very effective for parts that need strength and accuracy, which is why it's often used in control or landing mechanism. For next, we have the belt and pulley system. This system is used when power needs to be transferred between two components that are a bit farther apart. For example, in the alternator drive, cooling fan system, and air conditioning compressor of the aircraft. It uses a flexible bed running over the groove pulleys which allows the motion to be transferred smoothly. It also act as a type of a mechanical remote control, meaning it can move another part from a distance without a direct connection. Next, belts and pulleys also have features and applications. Belts and pulleys are used to transmit low to medium power. They are known for quiet and smooth operation, which is ideal in a system where noise and vibration must be reduced. They also help absorb shock, which protects sensitive components. However, slip may occur if the belt is not tensioned properly. That's why it is important to ensure correct alignment and tension to maintain performance. Because of their lightweight and flexibility, they are widely used for lighter power system in aircraft. Now, next, let's look at these components comparison. Now, let's look the comparison between chains and sprocket and belts and pulleys. To compare the two, chains and sprocket transmit medium to high power with no slip, while belts and pulleys handle low to medium power but may slip sometimes. Chains are stronger but heavier and noisier, while belts are quieter and lighter. Chains need frequent lubrication, whereas belts only need tension and alignment checks. In short, chains are used in flap and landing gear system, while the belts are used in alternator and cooling system. So each system has its own advantages depending on what a aircraft component needs. Transmission systems are very important for transferring power and motion efficiently from one part of the machine to another. They play a key role in controlling the speed, direction, and torque to make every component work together smoothly. Different types of gears, belt, chains, and pulleys are used depending on the purpose and design of the system. By understanding the different gear types, gear ratios, and function of each component, we can design machines and aircraft that operate more effectively and with a better performance. Proper knowledge of the transmission system also helps in maintenance and troubleshooting, reducing energy loss and improving overall reliability. In conclusion, transmission systems are the backbone of the mechanical motion. Without them, it would be impossible to transfer power efficiently or control movement precisely. Therefore, mastering this topic is essential for anyone involved in engineering, maintenance, or aircraft technology as it ensures smooth operation, safety, and high performance in all mechanical systems. That's all for us. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your time and attention. To summarize, we have learned how transmission work from gear types, gear ratio to belts and chains. So each component plays a vital role in transferring motion and power effectively. On behalf of my group, I am Adam Hakimi, Miza Afika and Wafi Amshar. This concludes our presentation. Thank you.